Django are a British band from London. They were formed in 2009 and still have the same members now as they did then. They claim that they are nothing to do with Django Reinhardt. They have released 5 albums so far. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the debut album by Django, and it's my first encounter with them. I may have heard them in passing, but I've not particularly noticed them in any sense before. So I would describing this is often sometimes descriptions are easy, sometimes they're more difficult. This is a kind of weird mixture. So there's quite a lot of what I think is fairly twinkly electronic stuff going on, but there's some lo-fi acoustic things. So there's acoustic guitar and there's real drums as well as synth-style drums. The vocals themselves are kind of dream-like, not quite full-on dream pop feel, but still a little bit kind of that distant feel. Often, I don't know if it's two people singing at the same time or if it's the same person multi-tracked, but there's either in unison or with harmonies. I feel that so the harmonies are a little bit like Beach Boys, but the rest of it at times is a bit like an updated version of Kraftwerk, I would say, or certainly Kraftwerk from the Model era. So that's an interesting combination, Kraftwerk and the Beach Boys. So the result is a bit, the singing is not very emotive, which has got similarities to the Model by Kraftwerk, which is very kind of computerized kind of feel to the voice. This isn't quite that, but it does feel as if they're singing the words and it's they're just kind of putting the words forwards for your consideration, but are not adding any emotional content in the singing. So I kept feeling that the result was, and I'm not sure how to really explain this, but I kept being reminded of a glazed donut with sprinkles. In that it's got this kind of sparkly, shiny stuff, but it's a little bit plasticky, and it's not kind of, it's pleasant, but it hasn't got a huge amount of nutritional depth, let's say. It's a little bit of an unusual sound, I would say, and it's this combination of lo-fi and electronica together that makes it unusual. And the electronica stuff kind of, I think partly the reason I'm reminded of things like Kraftwerk is because it's definitely kind of lo-fi electronica in the sense that it's a bit more like late 70s or even early 70s stuff. But like I say, the words are not delivered with emotion, and they're a bit too distant to really attract attention. I didn't pick up a lot of what the songs were about. And in general, I'd say, to kind of wrap up, I didn't really get it. I didn't feel like it had a strong appeal for me. And I think that, kind of stepping back a bit wider, there has been quite a bit of music that I've come across in reviewing this series of albums that has this more kind of distant aesthetic to it. So it's definitely a thing, particularly in the, since 2000 and onwards. But I'm not sure it's a thing that I'm particularly attracted to. So anyway, that's what I think. It's kind of mildly kind of felt it's okay. It's got some interesting stuff, but I wouldn't particularly choose this to listen to. I don't think I wouldn't ask somebody to take it off, don't object to it, but it didn't do much for me. So what do you think? Please tell me what your feelings are about this album, and the easy way to do that is to leave a comment. So please do that. That's it from me for now.
Always look at the white sky.